feels like I was born Lutheran. I was baptized in a Lutheran church in York, Pennsylvania, where I was born. When my family of origin moved to Lancaster, we attended Ascension Lutheran Church when it was located on Cabbage Hill. I was 3 years old, and the only thing I remember is that I was given a hyacinth to take home on Easter. When we moved from Prospect Street to Vine Street, we joined Redeemer Lutheran Church, where I was confirmed, sang in the junior choir, taught Sunday school at age 16, and was married. And our son was baptized there. When we moved to Manham Township in 1975, Bob and I joined St. Peter's Lutheran Church at the corner of Delp Road and Lidditz Pike, where we stayed for the next 40 years. We were heavily involved while our son was growing up, including, again, teaching Sunday school, serving on committees, going to the seashore on Family Week, helping with the Strawberry Festival, and giving our son a trip to Israel for high school graduation. And we buried my parents from St. Peter's. St. Peter's was a positive influence in our lives for many years. And I'd like to just say that one more time. St. Peter's was a positive influence in our lives for many years. It seemed like the whole church thing was all figured out. The moves from one church to another were moves of convenience. The reason that we visited St. Matthew was different, however. In 2011, my husband read in our church newsletter that St. Peter's was approached by the Synod as to whether they would consider an openly gay student at seminary as a vicar for a year. St. Peter's had long participated in the vicar program, and given our meetings on sexuality, we were a logical choice. The matter went to church council where 3 people voted yes and 12 people voted no. Suddenly it hit us like a bolt of lightning that had our son been a student at the Lutheran seminary, he would not have been able to do his internship at our own church. You see, our son is gay, and he was currently finishing a degree at Lancaster Theological Seminary. I sat down at the computer, and with tears streaming down my face and anger in my heart, I wrote a letter to the pastor and church council. I read it to my husband and then sent it. It was not my best work. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I was so hurt. The response from the church was a letter explaining that there was not enough time to approach the whole congregation, and the council members felt unable to make such a decision. I knew then that we had lost our church, and I grieved that loss. And we intended to visit other churches. For 7 years, we did not attend church, except to visit Grace UCC a few times. Then a friend told me about a Lutheran church on Pleasure Road who has a gay minister. She heard about it at a hospice seminar. We decided to visit, and before we visited, I called the church, and lo and behold, Pastor Farrow answered the phone. We kept coming back, and the people were so friendly. Bob wanted to meet with Pastor Farrow and thought we should join. He felt I needed the support of the church to get me through the time when he passes on. You see, he is 14 years older than me. Also, after years of attending meetings on sexuality at St. Peter's and pushing for LGBTQIA+ inclusion, it was time to change churches and stand with and support St. Matthew's gay minister. Thank you.